Hello, all National Gardening Association members. I'm Trish, this is Abigail.
And I'm Dave holding the camera.
And Dave's holding the camera. And we are here to introduce our 2018 planner that Abigail has created for you. And we want to show it to you and sort of explain a little bit about how it works. If you've never used a planner like this before, we're going to try to get you as excited as we are about it. We're planner people in this house, and we have a couple of planners on the table and more that we couldn't even find to show you. But so we like planners.
We do.
We like planners. And so Abigail created a planner just for the NGA members this year. Tell us about it.
So I created a planner with gardeners in mind. So I have special pages for gardening things like gardening chores and gardening wish lists, and I also have monthly layouts and weekly layouts with weekly to-do lists and fun things like that.
So you're going to show it to us?
I believe we are.
How does it? This is a downloadable file, right?
Yes, it is. It comes as a PDF, and so you print it, and you print it exactly how you want to print it, and we'll kind of explain how that works. Planters, no.
You're thinking of gardening.
No. Planners are really personal items, and it's hard to make one that is suitable for everyone. We did our best. This is our first year, and we actually have a lot of exciting ideas for the next year, 2019. So we'll kind of be working all year on that. So I printed it out so that I can show you what it looks like for this year. Dave, if you could maybe come around this way so I can show it to you. So the first thing we have is we have monthlies. It's called monthlies. It's a monthly layout for every day or every month. It's a typical calendar layout, Sunday through Saturday.
I see each one has nice, snazzy, gardening inspirational quotes.
Yes, Abigail included nice inspirations.
So it's like a monthly calendar at the beginning.
That's right. And then
You just skipped a bunch of pages. Oh, you skipped the other 12. Okay.
I don't need to show you every single page, probably.
Probably not.
Figure that out.
Probably.
And then we included gardening chores for every day. I keep saying day. For every month. As well as just in general, spring. So we have just, the seasons are all included. Note area. I think I skipped something.
Are you actually going to use this yourself?
Yes, I am using this for myself.
Did you have one last year?
Well, I did. I purchased one last year. It was sad. And so Abigail learned how to use a program called Inkscape to create one for me and basically for you. So yes, yes. Okay, passwords, because we all need passwords. Gardening wish list, because we all need that times 2 or 3.
And I guess you can pick and choose whether you want to have, if you don't want a passwords page, you don't have to print it out. You can just tell it to print that page, right?
Right, and I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm jumping ahead for you.
You are. We also included a daily page, and so you can, write today's date, a goal of the day, and then we have the schedule. This is a typical, what you would see in a Franklin Covey planner, task list and notes. And what I did was I printed it out on both sides of the page. So when you need daily pages, they're there. Now personally, I don't use daily pages very much because I find that to be kind of crazy. But I use weekly pages, and I left these hole punch so that you could see how this works too. Let me just show you the weekly page real quick. We have the date, the room for plans for the week, a goal for the week, to-dos for the week, and notes for the week. And again, what I did was I printed it on both sides of the paper. And they're out of order somehow. There you go. Oh, there. December There it was. Okay.
There you go.
I'm glad I got it before I stamped it. Okay. So these are my favorite pages, and we created a personal, the daily pages, we left the date blank, because maybe sometimes you have particularly busy weeks, but sometimes not so much. So you can go back and forth like that. But the weekly pages, we made them personal for each week. And this is a disc planner, and they're called disc bound planners. And these discs allow the pages to be removable, and that's what I really like about them. And and so of course it takes an extra snazzy hole puncher to do it. And that's what the pages look like when they're hole punched. And then they just fit right on these discs. And this is nice and fat because it actually has all of my last year's planner stuff in it. I didn't take the time to take it out just to show you this year's. But the nice thing about this is that, say I have a June and I want to remove it, I can just I take it out and stick it somewhere else. And it's as easy as that. And the reason why I like the disc bound planners above just a 3-ring binder is because, look, it folds backwards. And you don't have those big rings in the way when you try to write. So it's the best of all the worlds. It's the best of a book planner plus the flexibility of just a ringed binder. But of course our planner is formatted so that you can use a 3-ring binder, no problem. It's just that I really recommend these. And while I talk about recommending things, I do recommend, and we're going to put this in the show notes, this is the ARC hole puncher for the disc bound journal. Levenger makes one too, but it's more expensive. And the ARC one, the only downside to it is it only does about 6 pages at a time. But for the most part, I have one big hole punch session a year. I do it all, I put it in my journal, and I'm done. And after that, I don't really put stuff in it very often, or if I do, it's just a page or 2 at a time, so it's not a problem for me. And the cost difference was pretty substantial.
How much is that one?
It's $33
I
from
see.
Amazon.
Okay.
So, and the Levenger one I think is $50 maybe.
And then these rings, these are copper, and then these are plastic.
Okay, so I'm going to cover that.
Okay.
And ARC is a Staples product, but you can buy it through Amazon too. So these covers, this is a leather cover, that's a leather covers. These are the ARC leather covers, and I also ordered those through Amazon. They come with plastic rings, and you can choose what size to get. This is a 1.5. These are 1s. This is a 1.5, and these are 2s. So the 2s are huge. I don't like the plastic rings very much because they get stuck. So I upgraded, and these are Levenger rings, and they were more expensive, but they're so nice, and they're really, really smooth, so, and prettier. So
They are nice.
yeah, I upgraded these, but I didn't upgrade all of them. So, like I said, I'm kind of a planner slob. So that's just how it rolls around here. But anyway, you can get these through Amazon too. When you order the planner cover, it comes with rings, and then you can order extra rings. And Abigail has a Happy Planner, and it just comes with kind of it's paper with, I guess, laminated cover. And ARC also makes one like this too. So you can get it for pretty inexpensive, or you can get, you can keep upgrading. And so our pages fit just fine in the Happy Planners too. So, and you can see these rings, they have all kinds of real cute colors. But yeah, this is only a few months old, and it's already kind of cracked, so they're not nearly as sturdy, but they're cute.
They have little hearts in them.
Yep. So when you print off your planner pages, then the nice thing about having something that you download and print off yourself is that you have ultimate control over it. And that's really why I like this system, because I can't for the life of me be boxed into anything. Everything has to be different for me. So that's why Dave writes all of our own software, because we're just not happy with anything straight out of the box.
It's true.
Yeah. Planners are the same way. So I love how I have a monthly page, and if I want to, on the back of this monthly page, I can put the notes page. I can print out the notes page. Or I could print out my January gardening page, January gardening chores page on the back of this. Or nothing at all. So you have ultimate flexibility. I tend, because I've been doing this for a long time, I kind of have my own rhythm. I tend to do my monthlies and jot notes all over the back. So I leave mine blank. But being able to, and then if you use you can have your monthly, and then your January weeklies, and then your February monthly and your February weeklies, or you could have them all separate. Like, I usually leave mine separate because I like to keep my weeks in order. Kind of weird that way. I don't like to separate them all out, but a lot of people like to separate it just by chronologically by the year. Also, I guess I should cover, if you don't know how to print on the front and back of pages, first of all...
I don't know how to do that.
First of all, you need good paper, because regular printer paper doesn't cut it at all. You can see...
That's if you want to do the front and back.
If you want to do the front and the back.
Like if you just printed just like one side, that means a regular
It's
printer.
fine.
Yeah. I mean...
It's fine.
Yeah. You're really up. I guess this is...
Nicer paper for your planners is worth it, though, because it sees more of use than just a document that you look at one time.
So you're talking about, let's see, a ream of regular paper, 500 sheets, is like $3.50, I think. That's for 500 sheets. So how much is the snazzier paper?
I think it's like, I just looked it up and I can't remember, but I'm thinking it's $11.
For 500 sheets?
Yes.
Okay.
And
which will print out quite a number of...
1,000 pages, because you can use the front and the back, no problem.
Yeah.
And, okay, so every printer is a little bit different when you're printing it out. And my printer died just today, so I had to borrow Dave's printer in order to print all this out to show it to you right now. So I had to figure out how his worked a little bit. So for his, you print out the even pages. So what I did was I printed out all the monthly pages all together, because like I said, I wanted the back of them blank. And then when I did the weeklies, I think it started on page 13. So I did 13 through 61, maybe it was, the odds. Okay, and so I printed them all off. I took my stack of paper and flipped it so that when I put it back into the printer, the date, everything was face up and the date was facing me, and I slid it into the tray, and then I printed the even pages.
And the tray probably has like arrows and stuff that say it's going to pull up this way and stuff like
Yours
that.
didn't.
Oh.
So I did one to test it just to make sure I did it the right way.
Yeah, you want to test it before you do like all 50 sheets or something.
Right.
Imagine if you did it wrong.
Yeah. And then you can print. So I use this planner. This is my NGA planner. This is what I use to plan all of your fun projects that we're going to be doing. So I use these gardening chores for actually planning out what inspirations and what articles we're going to run and what fun activities we're going to do every month. So that's what this is for. And I'm probably going to print out 2 or 3 or 4 of these, and same with a calendar. And so that's another reason why having my own planner is so important to me, because I'm going to print each one of these for different things. Maybe you want a meal plan, or you want to have one for books that you read, or whatever. The sky's the limit, and you're not limited to only what they give you in a little packet. So I just talked nonstop for I don't know how many minutes. Did I cover everything?
Pretty much.
So, Abigail, how did you learn how to make these things? Because one thing that impresses me is these things are mathematically perfect. Show me the weekly. Yeah.
Well, that's actually a funny story. So I did all of them, and I was like, great, this is perfect. And then I send them to you, and you're like, these are horrible. They're like, the margins are not, I mean like.
I don't think I said they were horrible.
Whatever, they're bad. The margins aren't correct. And so you taught me how to do them correctly, and now they're mathematically perfect, and I now know how to do it correctly. So
it looks very lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Abigail was working on this after I taught her how to use all the special tools that her software has, and she said that she felt like such a boss because she was just powerful now that she knew how to use the software.
She worked really hard on it, and after weeks of me doing this number, wondering if we were going to get the planner done in time, she comes in my office and she says, I feel like a boss. I got the planner done. And so I said, let's do it. Mm-hmm. So
good.
Here it is. We're excited about it, and we hope that you like it as much as we do.
Now this is a downloadable PDF, right?
Downloadable PDF.
And how much is it?
It's...
You're not sure yet. Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know how much it's going to be yet?
$10.
$10. I was thinking it'd be $10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking around like, we did agree on that, right?
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if we agreed.
Right. And then how much of it does Abigail get to keep?
It's 100% Abigail.
So
it's not NGA's project. This is Abigail NGA project.
Okay. So she gets to keep 100% of what we make from the planners.
That's correct.
Abigail, how many hours of work do you think you have in making this?
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't ask me that.
Make a guess.
Because I have no idea.
10 hours or more than that?
More than that.
50 hours?
Not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably about that.
Are you you're gonna make it next year too, right?
I am.
And by the way, how did you choose the inspirational quotes that are on the top of those pages?
Well, you gave me a list of about 500 quotes. It wasn't that long, but it was a lot of quotes, and I chose them. Wasn't a whole lot of.
You chose the ones that you thought would be
suitable. So, like, if the word had fallen in it, I wouldn't put it in January.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart thinking. So are you looking forward to making the next year? Because this is for 2018. Are you looking forward to making the 2019?
I am, because I think that now we have the basics down, and so we can expand on that and provide many more things than this year.
I'm going to put you on the spot then. If anybody asks, and maybe the answer to this is no, but if anybody, let's say they bought the PDF, they printed it, and they started using it, and they said, man, I wish I had a page that kind of looked like this and this, how open would you be to putting together a special page that people could add to what they've already gotten?
Well, we can't please everyone, like she said, but I think we would be open to some critique,
Mm-hmm. Do you hope to get some feedback for the 2019 one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think adding special pages is an exciting prospect, and we'd be very glad to hear anything else. Changing the layout of the weeklies is kind of a different beast altogether.
Yeah, those are pretty much fixed. But I'm thinking like for seed trading and stuff. Like
Absolutely.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, people will use this in ways that, see, as a software developer, I think about this. People use my stuff in ways that I didn't really intend for it to be used.
Right.
And that often opens up the door to new ideas. And so people will use this in strange new ways.
Yes. Right. And that's absolutely, we're really excited about that. The idea to do this planner came really late, like September maybe. And then, of course, you guys were gone for 2 weeks after that. So we were really pressed for time to even get this out this year. So we're excited to have a lot of time next year to really work on it, and we have some fun ideas to make it pretty. Actually, this is a very basic planner with not a whole lot of frills, which is more her style anyway. She's more of an artist than a graphic designer, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. I'm excited. I may get one for myself.
You have to pay her $10.
I will. But if I do, I can't guarantee I'll use it because I'm not a paper kind of person.
Right.
But yeah, who knows? Anyway, all right. Well, I guess that's it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.